Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we're walking through an explainer that looks at an absolutely fascinating contrast in how we live today. We're putting the historic, sprawling, massive metropolis of Karachi right up against the highly controlled, engineered environment of Bahria town. And you know, what we're unpacking here, it isn't just about geography. We're really looking at fundamentally different philosophies of how we choose to live, how we work, and how we interact with the world around us.
So, chaos with a soul or order with a perimeter? That is a profound question, isn't it? As we weigh these two concepts, I really want you to consider the options here. On one side, we've got the organic, historical bustle of a massive metropolis. It's unpredictable, it's vibrant, it's honestly sometimes a bit overwhelming, but it is deeply, deeply alive. But then, on the other side, we have the engineered predictability of a gated, master-planned community. It's quiet, it's secure, and it literally operates like clockwork. So which environment actually fosters a better quality of life? Let's break down the data and look at the distinct characteristics of each.
Section 1. Defining two urban lifestyles. Let's just briefly set the stage on how these two completely different paradigms approach modern living. We are really dealing with two totally opposite ends of the urban spectrum here. Think of it like a giant pendulum. On one side, we have Karachi, which is a city entirely defined by organic, historical growth. This is an environment that has just expanded, adapted, and layered upon itself over generations. It wasn't designed in a single boardroom. Well, actually, scratch that. It wasn't really designed at all in the modern sense. It was shaped by millions of individual human decisions over decades. Then, the pendulum swings entirely to the other side, right over to Bahria town. This is a space defined by engineered, master-planned suburbia. Every single road, every park, every power line was drawn up before a single brick was even laid. One environment adapts to the people, and the other basically requires the people to adapt to its grand design.
Moving on to the heartbeat of Karachi, let's explore the intense, incredible energy that defines the traditional city experience.
This right here is the true DNA of a megacity. Because Karachi is this historic urban center with incredibly deep roots, it acts as this massive magnet. We're talking diverse populations, absolutely incredible street food, art, commerce, the whole shebang. You literally step out your front door and boom, you are immediately plugged into this buzzing energy. It's like navigating a legendary, chaotic food street that has just been there forever. You can practically feel the city humming through the pavement. But of course, that incredible vibrancy absolutely comes with some friction, right? Heavy traffic, noise, and just the constant everyday negotiation of sharing dense spaces with millions of other people.
And all of this stems from what urbanists call organic city growth. That's the unplanned, historical expansion of an urban center, driven by a really dense population and layered cultural development. For the person actually living there, this creates a super rich, complex social fabric. You become deeply, personally integrated into the city's historical soul. The neighborhoods have immense character, mostly because they evolved completely naturally to meet the needs of the people living in them, even if, that evolution can sometimes feel a bit messy or chaotic.
Okay, Section 3. The Bahria town bubble. Let's move to and see how this builds a totally different suburban paradigm.
The priority here is just entirely flipped. Bahria town is a master-planned community that prizes suburban predictability above absolutely everything else. So instead of the chaotic hum of the city, you get sanitized order. Think quiet, perfectly manicured lawns. You get high perimeter security, which obviously offers immense peace of mind. But, and this is a big but, this high level of control requires being physically isolated from the main city center. You are essentially trading that constant, vibrant hum of the metropolis for the quiet, predictable hum of a highly regulated bubble.
So what exactly is a master-planned community? It's a large-scale residential area with engineered infrastructure and a totally unified design. From an engineering standpoint, this is specifically designed to remove the daily frictions that constantly plague organic cities. To put that into perspective, they often build their own private, uninterrupted backup power grids. In South Asia, having the lights stay on 24/7 without fail, that is a massive, game-changing selling point. The roads are built wide enough to prevent traffic jams. It is a highly predictable, totally controlled living environment. But the trade-off is that it achieves this by standardizing the experience, meaning you do lose that spontaneous, layered character of an organically grown neighborhood.
Infrastructure and daily friction. Let's actually put these two lifestyles head-to-head and see what a day in the life really feels like. When we map this out side by side, the trade-offs become incredibly stark. Take the pace of life, for instance. In Karachi, it is fast,
it's spontaneous, and it's hyper-connected. In Bahria town, it's relaxed, it's scheduled, and it's intentionally insulated. And when it comes to infrastructure, the dynamic flips completely. Karachi struggles with daily friction. Power, water, traffic, these are frequent, everyday hurdles. Bahria town, on the other hand, prioritizes a totally seamless experience. The lights stay on, the roads are clear. Ultimately, you are maximizing community integration in the metropolis, but you're trading that for a highly curated, albeit isolated, bubble out in the suburbs. You're basically paying for that perfect infrastructure with your proximity to the city's vibrant core.
So, the crucial point is, what do you fundamentally value in your lived environment? I really want you to pause for a second and think about this for yourself based on how we've laid this out. Are you someone who thrives on the high-energy, integrated chaos of an organic city? Are you willing to put up with the daily friction just for the sake of the culture and the vibe? Or do you value peace, predictability, and flawless infrastructure, even if it literally means retreating behind a perimeter wall away from the historic center?
Finally, the future of urban living. What do these two paradigms actually represent for urbanites everywhere?
The choice we've outlined throughout this explainer, integration into the metropolis versus isolation in the suburbs, is a really delicate balancing act. And look, there is no objective winner here at all. Engaging with the vibrant, layered, and yes, sometimes exhausting flaws of a massive historic metropolis, it offers a deeply rich, culturally immersive life. Retreating to the engineered order of suburban master planning, well, that offers unparalleled comfort and predictability. But you simply cannot have both simultaneously. Every modern urbanite eventually has to make a choice between these two sides of the scale.
Which brings us to our final, and honestly, perhaps most important thought to leave you with. As our cities grow, will we fix them or just build walls outside them? Because this isn't just about Karachi and Bahria town anymore. This is a massive sociological question for the future of all modern development across the globe. If we just continue to seek perfect infrastructure by building these isolated bubbles outside our historical centers, what happens to the soul of our original cities? It's a really profound dilemma regarding our long-term lifestyle choices. I hope this explainer has given you a solid framework to think about that a bit more deeply. Thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, keep questioning the world around you.